What is up, Poke Peeps and Masters? It is Russ here, PokeRuss here, and we are back for a deck profile, a deck tech. So, it's been a while since we've done one of these on the channel, since we did have our little hiatus, and I will talk about it a little bit in the next couple videos, but I did go on a little hiatus. We're back with not a vengeance, because that's what I said in the last video, and that wasn't correct. But we're back, and we're here, and we're going to expand on the Dragon Ball community. So, we're back with a cool deck profile. I'm pretty excited to do it. As soon as I saw this card was previewed, as soon as I saw one card was previewed, I'm like, this is what the deck has been missing. This is what the deck needs. And I think we're pretty close. I don't know if this is exactly perfect. We've been testing this over the last week and a half or so, but yeah, like, I think this deck is like, we made some tweaks to it and stuff like that, and it's just getting better and better. And I think it's close, if not there. So let's head over to the deck profile. So we've got the Brawly leader from set 7. So he's pretty cool. He did have, like, he has a cool mechanic, but he did have a glaring weakness with his cool mechanic. His cool mechanic is that he puts in automatically, as soon as he's put into the leader zone, he automatically takes out a dormant legend from your deck. So he takes out a dormant legend from your deck, and this thing, he has critical. So on his unawakened side, he has critical, and he doesn't have a draw on his unawakened side, which does hinder him a little bit, because without the draw, you can kind of just, if you wanted to, you could just starve this leader. You could starve this leader until you decided you were ready to just go wide, go in, and just ruin Brawly's day. And that was kind of the weakness of the deck, but now the deck has way more, because if not, you had to, like, wait till turn 3, and, like, there was a whole mess of things that just hindered this Brawly just a tad too much. Even though critical on the unawakened side is absolutely beautiful, it did, like I said, it didn't have a draw. So critical automatically puts a dormant legend into play, and then when you have 4 less life, you may draw 1 card, untap 1 energy, and flip this card over. So on this side, he auto draw 1 when he attacks, and then activate battle once per turn. Choose 1 card in your hand and place it in the drop area, then choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 10,000 power or less and KO'd. Doesn't sound absolutely spectacular, but it comes in clutch pretty often. It's pretty nice. So that's actually really relevant. So that's the leader. So what does he put into play? He puts into play Dormant Legend. So Dormant Legend states, field. Permanent, you can't place cards under this card except for with this card's skill. When a life is added to your hand or placed in the drop area during your opponent's turn, place a card from the top of your deck under this card. Activate main. If there are 3 or more cards under this card, place this card in the drop area, then choose 1 red Brawly with the energy cost 4 from your deck and play it, then shuffle your deck. So pretty nutty. He puts this into play, so it starts the ball rolling. Once they attack you once they attack you and do all that kind of stuff, he puts cards underneath, and then you get free 4-cost Brawly out, which sounds absolutely spectacular. But again, we talked about them being able to starve you and do all that kind of stuff. So we've put a countermeasure in, which is nice. So we are rocking 4 of the Dormant Legends. You're like, why are you rocking 4? You only need 1 in the discard pile. But this is why. So we're rocking the brand new card, Sun Goten Strong of Heart. This came out of the brand new Magnificent Collection. And this card absolutely makes this deck run like it's supposed to. So, energy exhaust, it's red-green. If your leader is Brawly, it is. When you combo with this card, choose 1 red extra card with field. And place it in your drop area. Then shuffle your deck. If a card was placed in your drop area, choose 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode. And then if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, draw 1 card. So it's a 1/10. It does cost 1, but then it untaps 1 if you pitch a Dormant Legend. We're pretty much doing 4 and 4 to see it consistently. I obviously we have four targets to grab, and only 3 can be in deck at max. But it's okay. It's honestly okay, because that last one you're like, if you see it, so it's still a 1/10 combo. It's not that bad. So and this allows you to do things after certain things, like we'll talk about later. So 4 Sun Goten Strong Heart, and you can just chain these because it's just a cycle card. So even if you do draw the 1, like, you're just replacing this. So as long as you have the 5 cards, like the 5 cards in hand when you start off the combo, you can go Goten, 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 still have the same amount of energy live, still have the same amount of cards in hand, and thin your deck by 3. It's just absolutely crazy. So again, it basically means you're playing with what, a 47 card deck. So the main goal of this is, so turn 2, you have a red and a green, you combo this, you pitch a dormant legend. Now this is live. This big boy's live. So because you comboed a red green, you have your energy on tap because he untaps it again. You pay 1 red, 1 green, and bring this out turn 2. 30,000 beast. That says you can only have 1 4-toed legend on the field at a time. You can't play this card from your drop area. You can't play this card from any area unless dormant legend is in your drop area. And when you play this card, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 15,000 for till the end of your opponent's turn. So if they have a board, if you don't happen to turn 2 this, and then they have a board, you can just half wipe their board or full wipe their board or whatever. It's absolutely insane. When you combo, or when your opponent combos, you may choose 1 card in your opponent's combo area and place it in the drop area. If you do, negate the skill for the duration of the turn. So we're running 4 of these. We're running 4 of these because if we can, we're gonna try to get this out turn 2 because this is a monster. Though it doesn't have double strike, it's a freaking monster that allows you to just say, okay, I have a big fat 30,000. You have to remove him if you want to do things. You have to remove him because if you're attacking a leader, I can negate a combo. Or if you're trying to attack over him, the magic number of 30,000. If you haven't seen my video on that, go check it. I'll leave a link up here to it. The magic of 30,000. But they have to combo extra to get over it, which depletes their hand. If they want to get rid of this, they're either gonna have to hard remove it or absurdly combo over. So that's crazy. That's crazy. So the goal is to try to get this guy out on turn 2. If you don't, it's not the biggest of deals. Again, you get Dormant Legend out to start feeding your other arrivals and stuff like that. So let's put this here. So another thing, the Dormant Legend also activates off of your negate, which is super nice. You have After Image technique. So again, it's not a real negate. We know it's plus 40, minus 10 to them, but it does activate on your opponent's turn if you take a life with the sparking skill. It activates Dormant Legend, you put a card underneath, super cool because you negate, you take the life that you're needing to not be starved or whatever, and you feed Dormant Legend. Also a way to stop them from comboing over this if that's an issue. If you think that's an issue. And obviously this also works with the Awaken side as well, so you negate their leader attack, we'll say, minus, well, you don't negate, actually. You give minus 10 to actually one of their battle cards instead of their leader cards. So you target one of their battle cards, give it minus 10, they're still attacking you. You use your leader Broly's ability, discard a card, now blow up there. If it was a 20,000 or less, you just instantly blow it up because you neg them 10. It has 10,000 power or less. Boom. Pretty nutty. Pretty nutty. So After Image is easily the most synergistic negate that this deck could have. It's crazy. Because again, it feeds Dormant Legend and helps the Awaken side as well. So, what are you targeting with Dormant Legend? You have 4 copies of Broly Counter Reversal, which I think is personally huge in this meta, because of all the counterplays. So, you get one of these on board. Though if they counterplay this off of the Dormant Legend, you don't get to negate the effect there, or you don't get to burn them a life there. You do, like for any future things, you just get this on board for free. And one, it's basically Jiren. Plus 5,000 attack their active mode. Pretty nutty. If you have your big guy on board, then you're like, okay, you're not getting over him on your turn, I'm getting over you on your opponent's turn. It's just a nice control variant card. Or you can go straight for the leader. Again, if they try to activate counter, they burn 1 life. You get multiple of these on board. I did, in one match, have 2 of these guys on board. And so, like, they weren't activating anything. They were having to combo out of everything. They weren't activating Cold Bloodlust. They weren't doing this, that, or the other thing. Pretty nutty. Pretty beautiful. Then, you're rocking 2 copies of the Broly Rapid Barrage. If you need to, this is a secondary. This is a nice secondary to go into. It does, I believe, off the top of my head, when you play this card, use one of your opponent's battle cards, and gets minus 10 for the duration of your opponent's turn. And then this also has like a mini effect of the big Brawly, which is when your opponent combos, you may choose one card in your hand, place in the drop area. If you do, choose one card in your opponent's combo area and place it in the other's drop area, and it gets skill for the duration of the turn. So if you have both these on field, like say you turn 2 this, turn 3 or turn 4 this, and you just sit with these 2 on board, you negate 2 of their combos. They're not out comboing you. Like you're going in, you're doing the damage, and they're not being stopped. So that leads to even more targets for hard removal. So all of these are just huge giant targets, and eventually your opponent's going to run out of removal. So he's a nice secondary target. I usually more often with the counterplay meta we're live in, this is usually my target. But if I think I can go into like if I think I can go like boom boom into like a Furthering Destruction Champa for game. I run 3 Furthering Destruction Champas, which will come up later in the video. But yeah, that just leads to absolutely crazy things because you're hitting for double strike, hard, like, and you're negating 2 combos. Nutty. We are rocking 4 copies of Brawly Demon Origin. This is your energy exhaust negation. Pretty nice. The goal is to to charge one of these turn 1 and maybe turn 2, and then you have everything live. You can tap in it, like you don't have to worry about what you're tapping for which, because everything's like green red. So it's just super nice, and all of your effects are live. Every single one of your effects is live, which is super nice. This is like them bringing out this for this deck is crazy. Never once have I played it either. Okay, so you have essentially 2 ultimates in the deck. You're rocking Super Saiyan 3 Scramble, Raditz, Vegeta, and Broly, and you're rocking 1 Mira. So Mira is not actually an ultimate, because you can only run on 1 ultimate per deck, but Mira acts as an ultimate. You're not playing it unless you're going in for game, because again, it removes the Dormant Legends from your discard pile, which makes it harder for you to play your Brawlies, unless you combo another goten, you still have some in deck and all that kind of shenaniganry. But, so it's basically an ultimate. It's basically like a game finisher. We all know what Mira does. Just gets super big, super fat, combo with Champa. If you have negation on field, like if you have the beautiful board of like this or this and that plus this, they don't want to negate. They don't want to, like, you know what I mean? It just gets absolutely crazy. So Mira's just big, fat, and does what he does. And then Super Saiyan 3 Scramble. So, Arrival, red-green, pay 3 red, 2 green. When you play this card, choose one of your life and crit it. Deal 2 damage to your opponent. When your opponent combos with a battle card, energy cost of 2 or less, choose 1 card in your opponent's combo area and place it in the other's drop area. So, boom, you could have boom, boom, and boom, and your opponent's just never comboing. Never comboing, because why? Why even do it? I mean, I guess you have like super combos where you're still gonna draw and do all that crazy stuff, but it's crazy. And this card is just absolutely nutty. Also, it has, it doesn't have, it's only a single striker, which is, again, leads into Champa. So, like I said, we're running 3 Champas. This deck does have a lot of 110s, but with all the combo negation, it kind of balances out. There's been a couple times where having too many 110s has kind of been too much, but that's kind of the number of game you have to play. You kind of just don't tap out each turn. We're rocking 3 copies of Denial of Hope. Pretty strong. You just sit back and let your opponent do what they're doing. Other than comboing Goten and going into the big giant Broly, you kind of just sit back for the first couple turns and counteract what they do. Denial of Hope is just super strong. You can counteract their counterplays and do all that kind of stuff. It's pretty nice. So, I mean, 3 copies of Denial of Hope. We don't want to be starved. We want to awaken. So we do have 2 copies of Intensifying Power Trunks and 2 copies of Newfound Power Sun Gohan. Pretty much same card. Runs red, runs green. We kind of keep it even just for the mana. Most of the time, we don't even play this on turn 1. Most of the time, we're busy playing a red-green in our mana just so that Broly's live after turn 1. So this is really rarely a turn 1 play, and it doesn't activate your Dormant Legend because you're taking the life on your turn, and Dormant Legend only activates on your opponent's turn. So this isn't the most ideal scenario, but it's a 1 cost that self-awakens, so your opponent's probably going to bring you down to 6 or something, and you just you can drop 1 or 2 of these and just kind of self-awaken yourself, It doesn't activate your dormant legend, but once that procs, they take 2 life off you. They bring you down, like, you bring yourself down to 4. They bring you down to 3. Then you activate and bring it out anyway. Like, it's still super relevant, and that's why it's safe to play these. That's why I don't want to play Digging Deep Vegeta. One, it costs 3, and there's better turn 3 plays you want to do with this deck, and sometimes you just don't need to go super aggro with that kind of thing. We're playing 4 copies of the Super Saiyan Unforeseen Broly. So what this card does, it's a nice green turn 2 if you don't do the Goten strat on turn 2. When you play this card from your hand, activate this skill. At the end of your turn, if there is a card with both red and green in your drop or in your energy, draw 2 cards and choose 1 card from your hand and place it in the drop area. Then choose any number of your opponent's battle cards with a total energy of 3 or less and KO them. The KOing thing rarely happens. It happens sometimes. It's more for the draw because, again, your unawakened side doesn't draw, so this kind of recovers some of that hindrance there. So you still have your draw, plus you have like your newfound powers and your stuff like that. So you kind of have and once you awaken, you start drawing like nutty. It's nice. It's super nice. And not to mention like the Goten, like late game, like if you still have dormant legends in your discard or in your deck, they just become extra super combos. It's crazy. We're running 4 copies of Vegeta the Cruel. 1, it ups the green count, and 2, it's amazing. They try, you counterplay, they counterplay, everybody counterplays, and it's just, again, another thing to protect you against certain things early game while you're trying to get set up and do all of your kind of shenaniganry. Leads to plays where your opponent tries to extend a little bit further. You have the energy open, you counteract it with either that or Denial of Hope. So pretty strong. And last but not least, we're rocking our 4 super combos. We're rocking the Gotens. I did debate putting the sparking ones in here because I mean it's sparking 5 or 7. I don't remember which one it is. I don't remember what sparking is. But because we do fill up the discard pile with the dormant legends and the Gotens, but if you don't see too many of those, you're kind of just starving yourself, and you're probably gonna get to 4 in the same amount of time as you would this, and it's a 0-10. So I mean, I don't know if it's actually worth it. I've only tried this so far because I was worried about being able to fill up the discard pile quick enough, but this is pretty much what's been the most relevant. But that's the Broly deck. We're back with deck profiles, guys. Let me know what you think. What changes would you make? Have you tested a deck like this out? Do you like the Gotens? Do I have some ratios wrong? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And stuff like that. We will have t-shirts on sale in the Teespring shop here soon. I do actually have them sitting over there. I haven't pulled them out of the bag yet. But if you guys are interested in keeping up with the content, Dragon Ball Super CCG, and we're just right around the corner from Sword and Shield, we're going to be bringing some VGC content to the channel. If you're interested in Dragon Ball Super content and VGC content, man, this channel is perfect for you. If you're interested in either of those, I'm hopefully posting at least 2 videos of each week is the goal. I don't know. We're going to try it. But if any of that tickles your fancy, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. We'll be back with another pack opening later this week, into next week, and maybe another deck profile next week. So, like I said, if any of that tickles your fancy, make sure you hit that comment button, that subscribe button, that like button, all that kind of stuff. Let me know if you like the content, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. PokeRuss out. Peace.